Every time I think to myself, man, I found rock bottom on the internet. It can't get any lower than this. It really can't. From people thinking that they're going to go to VidCon with 100,000 subscribers and be a fucking celebrity, to people thinking that if you don't enjoy a certain music genre, you're racist. Every time I think that's rock bottom of just the lowest of the low. But today, it surpassed my expectations of what is considered really low in terms of content. This is a response video to Trevor Strnad and the politics of suicide. And I know what you're thinking looking at this individual. Wow, the actually meme template is a real living person. But no, it's done by this individual that goes by Scale It Back. Looking at his previous content, I am aware that this man has done some troll videos in the past on his channel. So if anyone's going to try to defend this individual saying, oh, it's a troll account, he's just trying to get you angry so he can get views, well, when we're done with this video, really ask yourself, should I be saying that on this video right now? Because the things that have been said in this video are just unforgivable. Before we even get into what he actually says, and again, if you're really thinking this is a troll video, keep this in mind. Trevor Strnad sadly committed suicide yesterday as I'm recording this video. And Scale It Back decides to do a video about that in the same day. So, troll video or serious take, whatever it may be, he's capitalizing on the man's death. I don't know this individual personally. I don't know his real name, none of that bullshit. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to just call him Mr. Actually, because again, he legitimately looks like the Actually meme template. So he starts off the video saying that he's not a big fan of the Black Dahlia murder, he's never cared for them, he's not really, enjoying the fact that this happened, but then goes on this big monologue as how they destroyed true metal for him.
The vocalist from the Black Dahlia murder committing suicide. As I've stated before on this channel, I have a great distaste for this band, and I'm not going to be celebrating this news. They are a band that has hurt metal probably worse than any other band in the last couple of decades. I think their blend of perfectly palatable hodgepodge metal that was definitely originated in the metalcore scene with a slight bit of edginess and the imagery of splatter horror. I think that is a really easy thing to digest for an aesthetics-driven metal fringe type of listener. That type of sound was completely it was as if you took the most boring elements of real metal and stapled it onto a metalcore song structure.
Eye-rolling stuff, to say the very least, that is definitely up there with some of the shittiest, crappiest, and just lowest forms of content ever spewed on YouTube, so at least it's memorable for his sake. But that's only the first 2 minutes, guys. As we continue on with this just pandering bullshit that he considers to be well done and said, he then goes on to say that Trevor's overall persona is a huge reason as to what led to the Black Dahlia murder's success, which is true. He's a very wholesome and loving guy. There's so many stories I've seen people posting on social media about meeting him in person and just getting to know him, to his overall passion for extreme metal. Bands that are both big and small, he was just obsessed with it. So he has like that, relatable sense to him, which makes him a fan just like anyone else, which again makes him a very wholesome person. But then goes on to say that really anyone can have a following if you have a strong persona attached with you, even comparing Trevor to Charles Manson.
He managed to, I think that the following of this band had is primarily due to him. Very charismatic guy, and if you're charismatic, you can get people to do anything. I mean, you got people like fucking Charlie Manson throughout history. He seemed to have a very vast knowledge of metal, regardless of the band he was in. But then again, people like fucking Jamie Josta love metal.
Now I can sit here and nitpick all the pointless bullshit that he's spewing out about this kind of like purist mentality that, again, the Black Dahlia murder has become the face of modern metal and that shouldn't be accepted, yada yada yada, blah fucking blah. It's all internet bullshit stuff for the most part. But it's not until we get to at least the halfway point where it really strikes a nerve on my end that he really ends up crossing a line that, as I stated earlier in this video, is just unforgivable. So around the halfway point, he brings up what Kelly Schaefer, one of the members of Atheist, says about Trevor Strnad's suicide, basically stating this.
He made a post about Trevor from Black Dahlia murder, and he gave the RIP thing that everybody does, and then he said, if you need me to talk you off a ledge, if anyone out there is depressed enough to want to commit suicide, I can be the guy to talk you off a ledge.
I mean, yeah, a very understanding statement to say as to what happened recently, but Mr. actually had to put his own 2 cents into that statement, and wow, it's something that I've heard of this argument before, but goddamn, it will never ever sit right with me.
I found it to be pretty gross because, this is someone that is saying, okay, if you have made your decision where you find the miseries of modern life to be so unpalatable that you want to end it, let me talk you off that ledge. Let me come in and convince you that it's worth it to carry on this fucking charade forever. So many loved ones he left behind. He had this, he had that. Well, it's a selfish decision. If all of the people that cite that kind of rationale for this shit are the selfish ones, in my opinion. I think that, if you are going to be out there saying that you owe it to us to stay alive, even though you're fucking miserable, you're a fucking asshole. Who the fuck are you to say, you probably shouldn't have done that. Let me talk you off that ledge. That's fucking ridiculous. This is the one time, and I will say this is the one time that the fucking vocalist from the Black Dahlia murder was more metal than the vocalist of Atheist.
I'll stop his video right there and start it off with go fuck yourself, and then right after that I'll follow it up with another go fuck yourself, dude. Basically what you just said to everyone watching that video, including me, is, oh, if you had a friend or you knew someone you cared about who wanted to kill themselves, just let them do it. Alright, they just want an easy way out of life. It's really selfish of you to care about them, basically. I've always hated this argument so fucking much, okay? And that's not even a hot take right there. You're not even thinking about when someone commits suicide, that all the people that they're going to affect, all their friends and family are going to have to live with the fact that someone they cared about is gone now in the most avoidable way possible. It really hits a nerve with me hearing that, because yes, 8 years ago I lost a friend to suicide, and all these years later I still think about it. It still affects me. I think about how easy this could have been avoided if I talked to him, or anyone talked to him. How now all of his family and friends have to go another day without him being there. How his daughter is now going to grow up without a father. How his fiancée is going to live without a husband. All of this shit that could have been so easily avoided that affects them still to this day, and still affects me to this day. Such trauma that it's like I wouldn't even want this on my worst enemy. And all of those emotions that I had during that time, and everyone else who has been affected by that, now the people who know Trevor have to go through with that. So yes, when people say, oh, that person committed suicide, that's a really selfish act, what they're saying is they're not thinking about all the people that are going to be affected by that, not just within the moment or next week or next month, but their whole life, you goddamn fucking retard. And now here you are saying that online about Trevor's suicide. It's like, my guy, you are a fucking scumbag, point motherfucking blank. Speaking on Trevor's behalf, what should have happened, that again, this all could have been so easily avoidable, is Trevor could have took time off. Someone could have reached out to him. He could have made a break with making music to focus on his mental health. There's a lot of resources out there. Yes, it could be better, but still, there are resources out there for people in need like this. There's a suicide hotline for a reason. It may not be the best thing, but it's still a resource at the very least. Like, all this could have been easily avoided. And now it has to take effect on so many people that have to go through what I went through. It's like, this isn't that fucking complicating to ask as if, oh, we're selfish for caring about him. It's like, again, just fuck you, dude. Simple as that. He ends up saying just more edgy, dumb bullshit at the end, which I'm not going to waste your time looking at Mr. Actually. If you want to see more of him, just search up the actual meme template, because again, that's what he's basically known for. And that's really it. Just again, Mr. Actually, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. And yeah, just go fuck yourself. You are a scumbag. Congratulations. You win the lowest of the lowest awards on YouTube. And just go fuck yourself, basically. And that's all I have to say for this video. Unlike him, for the rest of you guys, make sure you guys drink plenty of water to stay hydrated, and have a great day.